Hi, I'm Alan Ross with EPRA, EPRA, the Electric Power Reliability Alliance, and this is another Take 5. Our guest today is someone that had an impact on my life as it relates to electrical system reliability, and that is Craig Stiegemeier. And Craig sat with me at lunch 15 years ago, and when I first went into work with Stiegemeier, knowing nothing about transformers or electrical systems, and Craig said, look, Alan, anything you want to know, let me know. And he has been true to that ever since. Craig, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome, Alan.
So Craig is now in the season of his life where he gets to do what he wants to do, not what he has to do. Tell us just a little bit, but before we get into your question about what is it that you're doing right now?
My wife and I love to bicycle ride, so we've been doing daily bicycle rides. My first grandson was born about a year and a half ago, and we play with him all we can, respecting some social distancing in this new and crazy time, and just spending time with our three kids. We plan to be traveling a little in retirement, Alan. And I've gone on a couple of trips doing some consulting, and every time I go somewhere, it seems that the hot spots reoccur. So last one was in Texas in late June. So if you hear I'm coming to your town, beware.
You are the hotspot carrier. So Craig was with ABB for many, many years, now Hitachi ABB. And as I said, he's seen a lot of different things in this marketplace. He's also, you can see on his shirt, 100 years. Craig has been a stalwart with the Transformer Committee of IEEE. And the best people I know are people who commit to volunteer to IEEE, and Craig is one of those people. Here's your question for your Take 5, Craig. So I'm going to shut up as soon as I give it to you. I sometimes think you've seen it all. I think I've said that to you, and the many times we've talked, you've seen a lot. But if you could name like what's going on now, what is the most significant advancement in the design or manufacture of transformers that you've seen over this, say, past decade that you think makes a great difference in the marketplace?
Well, Alan, if you don't mind, I'm going to extend it to my 40-year career in transformers. And you know, when I started designing transformers, we designed them not quite with a slide rule, but they were overnight batch computer runs. I learned about hanging Chad long before the election of 2000 and the impact of such things. But the reality is there's been a lot of things go on. There's been material advancements that as we've begun to understand materials, polymers, for example, putting coatings on copper conductor instead of having paper age. We now have some copper conductor that doesn't have any paper on it. Really does a lot. And you know, in the 40s, 50s, 60s, the power grid was changing dramatically, going from, you know, 138 or 230,000 volts up to 800,000 volts. And so there was a lot of learning that went on, and the rating, the size of the transformers was increasing. And so just when you build a bigger transformer, there's more magnetic flux to deal with. There were issues that really in the 70s and 80s we had to go through. Production processes. We better understand consistency. I remember when I started designing transformers, there was a issue or a instruction we sent to the factory, and it was cut to suit. Well, today there's no more cut to suit. We try to have everything precisely placed where we need it, so friendly voltages are near each other and unfriendly voltages are separated as far as possible. And that's really done a lot to make things better. I think one huge thing has been Six Sigma. That, you know, as we understood transformers and repeatability better, we strive to get the number of defects. And because when you're building a transformer, there's maybe 1 million steps or more needed to take place consistently to put a quality transformer together. And when you start investigating and using some of the, you know, Motorola started at the Six Sigma processes, and you bring those to the process of building a transformer, I really think that's what really, from a repeatability and a consistency standpoint, that has done a lot. But I think the single thing, and this is probably in the last 10, 20 years, is kind of finite element analysis modeling, being able to model the transformer. I mean, when I started, in fact, I started as a development engineer, and I sent stuff out to a high voltage lab to have blown up. I mean, literally, we were failing insulation to understand how it behaved. But as we got better with understanding the physics and we were able to build accurate models, we can model the transformer. And with computing power, being able to have a design engineer now have a laptop that's 1,000 times more powerful than those processors, those IBM water-cooled computers I first started working with that required an overnight batch run. Now it takes a few seconds from when you push the button to find out that you have dielectrically a stable transformer, or that you have the magnetic fields well in control. And I think that's probably the thing that has really helped us as an industry better understand transformers and better build highly reliable transformers.
Unbelievable, 40 years, and you went from there and you brought it all the way up to the decade one that we wanted to know about. Craig is, that is brilliant. Craig is, now that he's retired, he's one of our EPRA fellows. He is also on the Transformer Technology website. Craig is in our consultants corner, but I know he is limiting what he does out there. But if you are in need, Craig is the man you need to go to. And again, he's limiting what he does. So in between bike rides and in between all of the other things, and you are going to have a joy with the grandchild, Craig is available. But Craig, your commitment to this industry, your commitment to IEEE and the Transformer Committee, to ABB, but to everybody, those that you have touched along the way, has been tremendous. So thank you very much. This has been a Take 5, an EPRA Take 5, with one of my heroes, Craig Stiegemeier, formerly of ABB. Thank you for joining us.
We're out.